Are you pretty sure that because you're married, everything that you and your partner own is your community property? I'm Christina Gorokhovsky, Trust and Estates Attorney in California. I'm a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer. This five-part series of things I wish people knew before they sat down to do their estate plan is for entertainment and education only. Community property is a Spanish style of property ownership, which recognizes the contribution of the stay-at-home spouse, that's the idea, to the relationship, and recognizes that one spouse is out earning an income monetarily, but the other spouse is tending to the domestic side, maybe not earning an income, but their contribution is just as necessary. And so all of the labor that you put out during your marriage comes into the community. Now, I just said that there's a little bit over a dozen states that are community property states. It's important to know that not all community property is the same, but they all have this general understanding that recognizes the contribution of the non-money earning partner to the relationship and to the community. But the specific rules about how the property is treated upon death and divorce vary by state. So just because you get married, it doesn't change all of your property into community property. It's not a magic wand. In California, what that means is when you go to work every day, your work is the labor that belongs to the community, and the paycheck you get from that work also belongs to the community. But things that you brought into the marriage that you had before you had a marriage or a registered domestic partnership remain your separate property. Also, gifts that you get or inheritances that you get from someone, those are also your separate property. When we think about community property and separate property in California, from my perspective as the estate planning attorney, I'm thinking about what happens to your property on death. It's also important to know that there are benefits to having community property, especially when one spouse dies. If property is community property, there are sometimes tax benefits to owning community property. If you have stuff that you think might be separate property and you want to get these tax benefits of having community property, you need to see a family law attorney how to change the ownership or what we call it the character of the property from separate to community. One warning thing is that people, when they're doing estate planning, they're often focused on tax benefits. How do I get the biggest tax benefit? If you want to change the character of property from either community or separate property because you want to experience a tax benefit, you have to go all the way in. It's like jumping in the pool. You're either in or you're out. If you change the property from separate to community property, and then you later get a divorce, you can't unring that bell, so to speak. Separate. So, if you have questions, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can answer them.